March 18, 2026, and this is your Wheel of Fortune Wednesday's live blackout reading. Now, please do be reminded that these messages and readings are for entertainment and educational purposes only. So make sure you are consulting the Most High, going within, trusting your very own intuition, wisdom, and guidance before you reach out to and are for divination. All right. Now, having said that, let's see what card has come forth here. So I started out with the ancient Paleo Hebrew deck this morning, and the ancient Paleo Hebrew letter Sa, S-A, came forth, but it is reversed. Keywords and phrases include support, twist, slowly, turn or fasten, hold, hand on a staff, picture of a support or a prop. So someone may be losing support quickly now. Maybe someone wasn't able to twist something, turn it, all right, fasten it, hold on to it, okay? Maybe someone thought that they had the support of a prop, all right? So let's continue. Let's go to the spiritual symbols. Oracle card deck, Master Messiah, someone is quickly losing support. Please speak to your children. The Devouring Mother card is here reversed. Keywords and phrases include space for growth and independence. Protective, loving, supportive, nurturing, acknowledges child's need for individuality. So maybe someone is losing support for trying to, I don't know, say that a mother is not loving, is not supportive, a nurturing and protective mother, okay? She doesn't acknowledge her child's need for individuality, all right? But this mother actually is a very loving mother. She allows space for her children's growth. She allows space for them to, gain their independence. So I don't know, maybe people are seeing this person for who they truly are, okay? The rebuild card is here reversed. Established, communicate your own boundaries. So maybe this person is not able to rebuild, okay, these rumors, okay? They want to establish this game, okay? But boundaries has been set now, all right? The focus on now card is here upright. So they are being guided to, instead of trying to rebuild a gang of lies on a mother that are not true, okay? You need to nurture yourself. Focus on nurturing yourself right now, right? Prioritize your well-being, okay? And tread gently on your journey ahead, all right? I don't know. Maybe there are some type of compensatory damages or punitive damages here in this person's future. Maybe that is why they are being guided to focus on now and tread lightly on their path ahead. Let's go to the Kim Mayfield Tarot Oracle card deck, Master Messiah. What Tarot Oracle card? Hello there. Thank you for joining me. All right, so we have the Kim Mayfield Tarot Oracle card, Collaboration, upright. So this person not only was spreading lies on a mother, saying that she wasn't nurturing and loving of her children, okay, but they gathered a mob, okay, they had a team, all right, paying attention to the details, studying this mother, learning her, okay. They thought that their hard work was paying off, all right? They thought that they would receive a reward or recognition, okay? They were given 100%, right? Building on this lie, this weak foundation of lies, okay? They thought they would gain success, reward, and recognition. So this person was definitely working and collaborating with others to achieve this goal, all right? If this has anything to do with a relationship, someone could be growing with their partner together and learning about each other. If this has anything to do with health or fitness, someone's health and fitness could be improving. If this has anything to do with spirituality, someone could be learning or studying new spiritual practices. But I am getting for this reading specifically that this person worked and collaborated with a gang, mob, okay, group of people to make up lies to make this mother look like she, again, was not nurturing, did not protect her children, okay? And this could be the type of mother who says, you can do anything to me, just don't mess with my kids. So they may have had this mother tagged, wrong. In other words, they should not have targeted her because the lies were the opposite of who she really is internally, okay? This mother is very protective of her children, okay? She puts her children before herself, all right? And she doesn't care what you do or say about her, but you will not touch her children or affect her children negatively, all right? That is her stance. That is what I'm gathering, all right? So let's go to the Kim Mayfield Gnosticism T for me, Oracle card deck, Master Messiah. What Gnosticism T for me, Oracle card, would like to come forth with a message for this reading? Please speak to your children. All right, I see oh, this card does not belong in here. This is one Kim Mayfield Tarot Oracle card, but I'm going to go ahead and take it because it could be relevant. So the Feeling Trapped card, Kim Mayfield Tarot Oracle card, is upright in the Kim Mayfield Gnosticism Tea for Me Oracle card deck, right? So the keywords and phrases include self-limiting beliefs. So the reason these people were able to do this is because they possess some type of self-limiting beliefs either about themselves or about their life situation, okay? There is uncertainty among this group of people now. They feel confined because they lacked direction in the past, okay? Coming for a mother that totally loves and adores her kids, okay? They needed to release this targeting of this mother. They needed to let this go, okay? They needed to be mindful of their attitude, okay, towards others and towards themselves. The advice coming through the Feeling Trapped card upright is stop engaging in negative thinking. Release old beliefs. Negative thoughts as a whole, new world will be opening up. So if these people can release these old beliefs, these negative thoughts, okay, a whole new world will be opening up for them so that they can free themselves up to connect to their higher consciousness. So the Kim Mayfield Narcissism T for Me card that is at the top of the deck is your power comes from truth and alignment in Master Messiah's name, not light, not darkness, okay? So if you're wondering if you are powerful, yes, you are. Your power comes from truth and alignment in Master Messiah's name. So whatever you do in word, thought, and deed, do it what? Do it all in the name of Master Messiah. So on the back of the card, we have reality bends to accommodate your frequency. Okay, so if you have a very high frequency, reality bends to accommodate you. Okay, you may be able to manifest that because if your frequency is high, you are perhaps in the energy of love, which is the highest vibration, the highest frequency, right? Okay, so maybe there's something here about chaos, clothed in calmness. I don't know. Maybe you are in the eye of the storm, wherever you are, no matter where you are. Okay, you are always in the eye of the storm. Even if chaos, all right, is around you, is clothing you, is surrounding you. Okay, you're in the eye. You're calm. All right, so the next narcissism T for me card that came forth, or is at the top of the deck now, is Gnosis, Gnosis, right? So, Gnosis means one is trying to gain salvation, right? The archons detain spirits at each sphere to ask a series of questions, all right? At the moment of our DEATH, all right? The false light appears, the archons appear, and they begin to ask the consciousness of the soul that has just crossed over a series of questions, right? If the spirit does not know how to answer the questions properly, the archon would prevent them from ascending, right? To heaven, to the pleroma. Hey there, Emerson Thomas. Thank you for joining us. All right, so gnosis is characterized as mystical insight rather than intellectual belief or moral action, allowing one spirit to ascend up through these celestial spheres toward heaven. So if we gain gnosis, all right, if we become aware of the questions that the archons ask us, all right, we can gain access to return to the pleroma. Because remember, Master Messiah said in scripture that no one is able to come where he is, all right? So we need to Google Gnosis. Google mode, Google AI mode, all right? Google Gnosticism, Gnosticism, so that you can become familiar with Gnostic thought, all right? Messianic thought, okay? What did Master Messiah teach us here on earth that was removed from the Bible in the Lost Canons at the Council of Nicaea, okay? And then Christianity was legalized after that. So a lot of people don't realize that they are worshiping the demiurge in religion, okay? Because a lot of the canons were removed, and those canons, a lot of them were recovered in 1945 in Nag Hammadi, Egypt, okay? So you have access to this information. That is how you can gain gnosis, okay? Put the pieces together, okay? What you have gained from learning what you know about the Bible now, plus the lost canons, put it all together so that you can gain gnosis, so that you won't end up being reincarnated, recycled, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, without ever going back home to your divine origin, right? Which is the pleroma, heaven. All right, so the next Gnosticism T for me oracle card that is at the top of the deck is AFOSA, AYE space FOSSA. This is the I am light frequency. Okay, we were speaking about frequency moments ago, all right, about how you must be in love frequency at this time. Okay, so now the I am light frequency is presenting itself. This is the first emanation of the monad. So, who is the monad? The monad is where we originate from, okay? The monad is within us. In other words, we are an aspect of the monad. We have the divine spark, at least pneumatic humans do have the divine spark within us, okay? That is an aspect of the monad, all right? We can always call forth the monad within us to override every lie, every illusion that has been projected over our life by the archons, okay? Because the archons are malevolent beings. Even though they created the human body, they were not able to animate it and breathe life into it until Sophia, wisdom, Ashima, the divine feminine guard, no archon can pass, breathe life into this physical vessel, okay? This is why we are in a paternal society, because the divine feminine Sophia, wisdom, has been removed. But she gave birth to the demiurge. She gave birth to the archons, okay? So there is no way that we cannot honor her, that we cannot send her love and light, because if it were not for her breathing life into this vessel, all right, we would not be animated, okay? The light within us is what animates this vessel. So the first emanation of the monad that the light, the archons cannot perceive. So the divine spark within us is something that the archons cannot perceive. Why can't they perceive it? Because they were not created in the will of the Most High, of the monad. Sophia went out of the will of the Most High, right? And she gave birth to the demiurge, to the archons, to the demons, okay? It was out of the will of the Most High. So Yalda, by oath, all right, he could not perceive the light above him. He did not have access to the higher realms, all right? So he declared himself as God, a jealous God at that, all right? So there is the Old Testament God who is Yalda Ba'oth, okay? And that is who many religions worship and bow down to. So do your own research, okay? Research, research, study, study, gain gnosis, all right? So recognition, authority, declaration, announcing return, remembering your origin. Okay, so this is why we are here. We are here to remember our divine origins. Okay, we come from the pleroma, just like Master Messiah did, but we are not able to gain gnosis because those canons were removed from the Bible. Okay, that is the puzzle, the missing puzzle. This is why Master Messiah said, in my opinion, that no one is able to come where he is. Okay. All right, so let me say this before I turn the card over. If you are interested in more, there is a YouTube channel. It is called Awakening Cipher, Awakening, Cipher, Cipher. All right, so on the back of the card is Eye, I am, EHYEH. I am. So the Most High speaks to Moshe through the burning bush, the frequency of pure existence itself. Ayah, Ayah, Asher, Asher, Ayah, Ayah. I am that I am, and this predates creation, okay? So the monad is the pre existent one, all right? The Most High, all right? It is who we call God, all right? So let's go to the I don't know. Let me read one more card and then I'm going to put the Kim Mayfield Narcissism Tea Oracle card deck down, all right? Because it can go on and on. All right, so this is going to be the last one and then we're going to move on to a new deck. So the Gnostic card, Deception and Control, is here upright, all right? So on the back of the card, it says each archon is associated with a specific vice, right? Or a form of control, such as fate, which is HEIMARMENE, hate, marmine, and human passions, lust, pride, envy, which they use to bind the soul to the material world. Okay, so keep in mind that the archons feed off frequency, and when we are in lust energy, pride, envy, these low vibrational energies, they produce a frequency which is called luce, Luce, and that is food to the archons. So the earth is like a form to the archons, okay? They cannot feed on food like humans do unless they possess the vehicle. You summon them and invite them into your vessel, and then they take over your vessel and I don't know, control you and have you doing all kinds of negative things. So don't summon any negative entities, all right? Do your best not to, okay? Do your best to not indulge in the energy of lust, pride, and envy, because this will bind your soul to the material world, okay? Do your best to study now to gain gnosis, okay? To realize that we are in the kenoma, but we need to go back to the pleroma. Pleroma. Kenoma is spelled Kenoma. If anyone would like to Google that in AI mode, all right? So let's go to the What's Gossip Oracle card deck. Master Messiah, what What's Gossip Oracle card would like to come forward with a message for this reading? Please speak to your children. All right, so we have several here. The photoshopped card is here reversed. So someone may have been saying that this mother photoshopped her photos. She was faking perfection. Her beauty was artificial, right? She had unrealistic standards. Okay, but she probably has a fake. I'm sorry, not a fake butt, but a flat butt. All right. So how could she have unrealistic standards if she is not getting any type of work done on herself? All right. They were saying that she filtered her photos beyond recognition when she probably just went and took a makeup class and learned how to do her makeup. I don't know. So the self-made card is here upright. This mother is an independent success, right? She overcomes the odds. She created her own path. She built herself from nothing and she takes care of her children, okay? The ghosted card is here reversed, okay? She does not suddenly disappear on people without explanation unless there is a reason for her to do that. In other words, if her children's lives are in danger, okay, she needs to go somewhere. She's going to do that because that's the kind of mother she is, all right? She's not going to allow her children to be abused if she can prevent it, all right? If she is aware and there, she's going to protect her children, okay? So maybe she left these people hanging in the past. Maybe she ghosted this group, this mob, okay, of liars, all right, who were building a foundation based on lies here, right? All right, let's go to the What's News Oracle card deck. Master Messiah, what What's News Oracle card would like to come forward with a message for this reading? Please speak to your children. The Swept Up card is here upright. So I don't know, maybe someone in this group was doing this because they were head over heels in love with this they so-called devouring mother. Okay, they were falling in love with her. They were experiencing intense emotions. The Kinky Ways card is here upright, but they indulge in exploring their kinky fantasies and fetishes. The laughter card is here reversed. And this wasn't funny to this devouring mother, so called devouring mother, okay? She did not feel joy after learning that this person who claims to like her, okay, has been spreading lies, building a foundation based on lies on her, and they are the ones that are actually out in the community, possibly participating in dark kingdom of darkness orgies, okay? Again, looking to explore, sexually open to explore your fantasies and fetishes, okay? So this mother did not see that as funny. The lucky break card is here upright. So she has good fortune, okay? Because she was not the one out in the community, all right, indulging in orgies, okay? She was providing for her children, making sure they had a roof over their head, okay? Not, caring if she could not afford to go to the club or go to the Galleria Mall to get a Louis, okay? She wasn't concerned about that, all right? That didn't matter. As long as her kids were fed, clean, and clothed in school and learning, she was grateful and thankful to the Most High. All right, let's go to the let's go to the characters oracle card deck. So, Master Messiah, what characters oracle card would like to come forward with a message for this reading? Please speak to your children. The player card is here reversed. So, someone in this group, right, who claims to have intense emotions for you, who participates in kinky orgies, possibly in the kingdom of darkness, they don't live a leisurely life. Okay, they may come off like they have money, that they are a socialite of charm, that they are elegant, that they are an expert of romance, but in reverse, okay? The community card is here upright with the keyword society. This person, again, is in the kingdom of darkness. They belong to some type of secret society. This is why they rounded up a mob, okay, a group of people to build a foundation based on lies on a so-called devouring mother. All right, the learner card is here, right? But they should have been a seeker of knowledge in the past. Okay, they should have done a little bit more research about this mother. Okay, instead of for whatever reasons, okay, going after her reputation. Okay, if they had not done this, that would be they would be able to progress in life at this time. The bartender card is here upright. Now someone doesn't want to be a small talker anymore. Maybe they don't want to gossip about this mother anymore. Okay, maybe their jaws have been shut. Okay, by the Most High. Okay. Let's go to the Divine Time Oracle card deck, and then we'll go to the RuneScape Oracle card deck to receive some divinations, okay? To see what would have happened um, if these people would not have tried to wreck this mother's reputation. Where would they be, okay? So we have the Divine Time Oracle card. Obsessing over time creates blocks, okay? So don't obsess over time, because all that will do is create blocks for you. Don't lose hope. All right, maybe these messages are for this group, this mob. Okay, let's see, when you're truly ready for it, reverse. So this group is not truly ready for truth, okay, but they need to not lose hope, okay, because time is still unknown. No need to hurry, reverse. So someone in this group does need to hurry, because something is happening next month with next month upright. Again, I don't know, maybe you're there's something about compensatory damages, punitive damages for them putting their filthy dirty mouths, okay, on you, okay, stinky COCK, sucking breath mouths. I don't know. Forgive my language. I don't know. I'm getting annoyed for some reason. Okay, so we're in the Kim Mayfield RuneSpeak Oracle card deck, Master Messiah. What RuneSpeak Oracle card would like to come forth with a message for this reading? All right, so the RuneSpeak Oracle card, has come forth with the theme horse, okay? It came out reverse. Keywords and phrases include trust, teamwork, love, partnership, animals, emotion. So this group is not able to work as a team anymore because there is no trust, there is no love, there is no partnership, okay? There is something about animals and emotion though. So the quote associated with this RuneSpeak card is the mind will trust the body will trust the mind. So divinations include marriage and trust, or an enemy and betrayal. So this is what this group is experiencing right now, since they put their filthy COCK smelling breath mouth on this mother, okay, who wants nothing more than for her children to be healthy, happy, and whole individuals in society, okay? They are now experiencing enemies around them and betrayal, okay? So this group can't be trusted even amongst themselves at this time. But had they not done this to this mother, okay, they would be in the energy of trust and marriage, okay? I don't know, maybe marriage to the Most High, marriage to their partner, a happy marriage with whomever and whatever. That would have been the energy that they could have been in at this time. All right, so I'm going to end this live reading here. Thank you all for joining me. I hope these messages were of use and insightful to someone, remember, Master Messiah, he loves you most of all. He does not want to see any hurt, harm, or danger come to you. So do your best to live as sin-free of a life as you possibly can, okay? Staying on that narrow path, confessing and repenting if you have to, going to spiritual court if you have to. You can check YouTube videos here. You can check videos here on YouTube, excuse me, on how to go to spiritual court, or if you have Kindle, check there. They have books to teach you how to go to spiritual court, because if there are any ancestral kingdom of darkness covenants in your ancestral bloodline, all right, the archons may be holding you accountable to fulfill those contracts, okay? And if you have been indulging in sin, they will hold your blessings back from you. So now is the time to rebuke and bind all of this by confessing and repenting, going to spiritual court, getting back on that narrow path so that you can rebuke and bind these archons, get them out of your life so that the blessings that have been dedicated for you to receive this lifetime will begin to flow to you. I will be back soon with another live in Master Messiah's name. Good luck to you all. Shalom.